Hey, hey. Hope all is going well. All right. Needed to get that mic a little closer. We should be good to go. Hope everything is working properly. Let me switch the screen. Hi. I hope everything is going well. Everything should be up. This time I'm trying to make sure I had all of my checklist items done 10 minutes beforehand. So we are fingers crossed thinking that everything is going to be okay. And, oh, hitting the keys. And let's go to that plan. All right, so we're just planning right now. We're just chilling. Let me go ahead and share also while I'm doing all this planning. Okay, we are shared out now. I'm gonna be getting started in a few minutes. Hoping everything is on time. I started the timer to make sure that I actually started the writing spread on time. On time. Today I spent doing a lot of editing. So I was editing my work, and then also I had to edit my video that I did about the elements of romance. Initially it was going to be about the characters I wouldn't mind boxing, and I was like, okay, yes, we're going to do this. But then something I started reading on, I stopped reading, and it was because it was a dark romance and it got on my nerves. So and I was like, well, what are we doing here with these elements of romance and stuff? And it was like, oh yeah, let's do the video on elements of romance that I've always wanted to do. I definitely have done some talking at conventions and stuff about romance because I was talking about it by way of putting it into comics, and that's what I had. That was the initial, and now I'm working on the novel, and I definitely use it in my novel, and there's definitely things that show up in a lot of these romances, dark romances, that would be like, there's no way I would get over this. There's no way I can get over this for the character who's supposed to get over it and then be happy at the end, in which part of the romance is supposed to have a happily ever after. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of amped up about that. So I was doing some editing on that video. Okay, be careful. But yeah, so I am doing that kind of stuff. I don't mind talking to the boy, but we're going to be starting and writing tonight. I probably should make my drink. I am keeping it simple tonight. Nothing wild. Just going to do some wine. So I need to go ahead and pour mine. And I got water. I don't know why I said nothing too wild. It's not like I don't just get tipsy off of wine. It's easy. It's real easy. Getting everything set. But yeah, I shared. And it is Moscato. Regular. What else is going on? This is the new hat. It really does look really good, I have to say. Look, let me see. It really sparkles. It is, I tell you, a real good sparkle. I'm starting to think that I need to make them a little bit shorter. This one, I've gotten the amount of rows down. I'm thinking to fit, but I'm thinking it can probably get 2 rows taken off, and it can stop up here. Yeah, I'm thinking it can stop up here rather than right above my eyebrow. It can stop up here. Like I said, I'll show it to you. So like, I like how it sparkles in the light. So, but I'm thinking I can definitely make them a tiny bit shorter, because it's 22 stitches from, you know, top to here, and to here is to my eyebrows. And since it's not like, initially I was making it from a beanie, I'm starting to think I can put it about right here. And if it stops here, it'll still, I don't think it'll still cover my, or just wear it like it is a beanie. Definitely isn't as long as the beanie was. Let's see. Look at that. Hey there, Raph. How you doing? Right now we're just holding on for a bit. And I was just talking into the void about my hat. Thank you. Thank you very much. I like this hat. I'm thinking that if I make it just a little bit shorter, it can really and truly, you know, take advantage of the ruffles. Because, oh. Like, I do want it to still ruffle down to the back, you know, down. But I think it should be a tiny bit higher. So, I will try that on the next one. But I like this black one, man. Black one with, hey Dorix. I like the black one with the sparkle in it. This is the velvet yarn, and then I'm using the Walmart brand of yarn. What is the name of this yarn? It's the Walmart brand of yarn where it's the black with the tinsel in it. So that's what I'm doing. What you gonna be working on? Oh well, we're talking. I tell me what you're working on in the chat. I am going to be working on some more edits and stuff for my story, for my short story that I'm doing for an anthology submission. So let's go ahead and put 25 minutes on the clock. We'll get started. Change the screen. And I'll put that chill hop on. And happy sprinting. All right. How'd that go? It was a pretty good one. Mine was I think it's probably about 75 to 275 words, something like that. That's pretty much. It's just me cleaning up a paragraph here and there. I'm editing, so I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna really keep up with counts too much. And Read Love Listen came in. Hey, hey. Moms came in. And Ben. How do you do's? And Media came in. What up? We got a lot of folks today. Everything is pretty cool. Sounds like people will be coming back. I don't know if y'all hearing the doors. But yeah, today, like I said, I'm working on edits and fixing up this short story. I like it so far. I mean, it's a zombie apocalypse situation in Atlanta. Not so far. I like all of it because I've gotten to the end. I know what's happening. I do need to tighten it up quite a bit. So that's what I'm working on. I'm edits and doing it. But yeah, I think it's a little bit different. I mean, you have a zombie apocalypse, and it's not exactly a necromancer per se, but you know, there's some magic involved, and I'm hoping that it is enough for someone to be like, okay, well that tracks. At least, you know, have enough clues in the beginning to understand that it tracks. Hopefully I'll be done with it. I wanted to be done with it last weekend for beta readers, but I got more ideas, so it's too long. So I'm trying to tighten it up. So bad. Oh my gosh. I'm not missing this one this time. Especially since I was in the last one. I know I wasn't in Terminus 1, but I want to keep it. This helps me, you know, play around with new ideas rather than just doing nothing but Spell the Bayou for the last few years. So I like the shorter stories and I like my novel, but you know, it's kind of nice to have something else going on. Take a break, you know. Yes, I was talking earlier though about my about my video that I was working on as editing, because initially I was going to do the video on characters I would fight, and then while I was getting that prepared, because I was like, the list of those characters was getting longer and longer, and I figured it would be a good idea to kind of to reduce it, because I started filming the video. I was in there upset. And then I was like, no, maybe I should kind of like, you know, rein my thoughts back in. Hey, Snowly. And because of that, I was like, well, let me get the exact things that made me mad. Why did they make me mad? And it made me think about the fact that they felt like villains, because I've also been reading up on some of my craft books, and like one of the craft books that I started like really like going through finally was How to Think When You Write. And some of the tips in there, it talks about villains. And hey, Chelsea, some of the tips in there, it talks about like, you know, setting up good villains and things like that. And some of the characters that I had on the list, they weren't supposed to be the villains, but they felt like villains. And I was like, well, maybe I should, like, you know, examine exactly why I don't like these characters, so I can articulate the proper argument as to why I don't like characters. And since Chelsea's here, Everybody, no one really understands why I don't like Noble, and in her story in We Are the Origin, and half of the time I don't understand why I don't like Noble, but I know I don't like him. But he's not a villain in the story. But anyway, talking about like characters that I wouldn't mind fighting if I were to see them on the streets, be on sight. And I was like, well, maybe I should have some, justification for this. So I started working on that kind of stuff. And then I ran into the fact that there were so many characters who are kind of the villain, but it's in dark romances and stuff. And the dark romances, I don't know if we're okay. I don't like, I was reading, there's plenty of a lot of DNFs that I have are in the dark romance category. I can't. These people are doing some horrible things to the person that's supposed to be their love interest, and it seems like a bad idea for them to be the getter. So I'm like, So I figured, why not do my video on romance elements? And so then that took over, because I was like, well, I need to go ahead and do that for this month, because it's February. Why not? It's in the thing, and it's in the theme, I meant. And I don't do like holiday videos often. Like, because I never make it on the correct holiday, But I figured, why not? So I was editing on that today, and then I was editing Spell of the Bayou, and now I'm editing the short story, which I still don't have a title for, that I want to submit for the Terminus anthology. I am so bad at titles. All I can say is Zombies in Atlanta. That's the project name. Zombies in Atlanta. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. So what else everybody else working on? I know we got Raph doing art, which is awesome. Raph has agreed to do my cover art. Yay! And he also did art that's for the Elements of Romance presentation that I'm doing. Well, it's not a presentation, it's the video, obviously. But I had a presentation I was doing for a comic version of it, because I was initially doing all of these notes and everything and talking about romance and comics when I was sticking to just writing comic scripts and stuff. And I did do those presentations in MomoCon and the MallCon, a few presentations. So it was just like, fun to do on romance. And now that romance has become big, well, I mean, it was usually, you saw it in comics and stuff, but it's much more, I guess, accepted now than the years back when I was initially trying to put a romance comic together. So it is nice to have way more examples and stuff. But I still think the elements of romance, the elements are necessary for a good romance to happen. And in these dark romances that we have right now, such as like Hunting Adeline, whatever. I couldn't read the rest of that. Anything by Colleen Hoover. Oh my gosh. Like anything that's like it's questionable, like you're supposed to be the villains and stuff. There's no reason. They're irredeemable. The things that they do to their love interest is wild to me. Like, I would never be able to get over this. If Z ever did any of the things that they do in these books, I couldn't have the romance. So then if I'm reading the book, you bring me all out of the book because it's like deplorable things that they're doing. I can't wrap my head around it. So anyway, I did that video, and I was doing some editing today on it. And I'm goofy, but I try to list it out as clear as possible. We'll see. It should be out tomorrow. It is going to be out tomorrow because it's pretty much done. I had to add in like some more artwork and the titles to each one of the sections. But outside of that, the sound, I fixed the sound. Well, I don't know if I'm put music in it. We'll see. I might put music. I think I fixed the sound anyway because I had to record it differently than I normally do. So there's that. Don't you put the evil on me, wicked about it? I understand. Yeah, you're right. I fixed the sound. So now I just need to get everything else, the elements put in there, like cover art stuff and the pictures. But we are going to leave that alone because we are going to go ahead and start working on our next sprint. Let's switch it on up. Happy sprinting. Right. How'd you do? How'd you do? I don't know what happened to my little keyboard, but it went out. in the middle, we did it on the first sprint, but it just went away. But I'm sure if I mess with it, it's gonna make all those loud noises. So we're just gonna, I just made the timer a little bit bigger. And hey, Auntie. And Triforce came in while we were sprinting. I was able to do, let's go ahead and highlight. From here. Yeah, that's what we got. It was 240 for that one. Three paragraphs. Updated, edited, fixing it. And I did get rid of a few paragraphs in between. So it's probably more negative. But I'm not really, I'm not keeping count. I need to condense, get it down from 8,000 words. So I'm trying to, woo! I'm only at 742. So with me adding stuff, trying to combine a few paragraphs, 7,042. There you go. So I've gotten a good bit today in my edits, but it still needs to get down to 5,000 words. So yeah, and I'm sure it can be just tightened up just in general. Yeah, I was just saying, hey. We are in break. What are you working on? If you're working on anything, you could be just chilling. Here for the vibes. I'm mad my keyboard is gone, but I know if I mess with it, it'll act up. But it did come up. I did see the notification saying that something needed to be updated, which is so funny because I restart my computer before these sprints, 30 minutes before the sprints, because I want to make sure I don't have anything pop up later, and it did it anyway. It popped up. I checked it to make sure there wasn't anything needing to be updated, and it did it anyway. So, but it did it in between. So I'm guessing it must have had something to do with my little keyboard or something that the keyboard accesses or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yes, I will also say that this new hat was done today. I was speaking on it earlier, that I think these ruffle hats need to be shorter in the front. Maybe to about there. So I'm thinking that I need to remove probably 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches, because it's like 22 half double crochet per row, right? And so I'm thinking that maybe it needs to be down to 18. So it just makes it really short, because you have to do it flat so you can get the proper thickness on the ears, you know? So I am working on that. Fine tuning, okay. And you need help with capturing footage? Okay, yeah, absolutely. You know I help. Still have to do my review, but I have been using the Freewrite much more. So I got a good gauge. I feel like it is very light. And I feel like from what other people have been saying about it, it seems like it's cheap. But I'm like, it's not. I don't think so. I have not dropped it though. I have been very careful. I even made a new bag for it, in which is still a bit big. I made a bag, y'all. I'm getting back into my sewing. I just be in here crafting. But yeah, the Freewrite, like I said, there are some things I'm like, it probably would have been really good to go ahead and have that backlight for when you want to do, you know, evening writing. But I'll give it a full review once I get the other videos done. Because it's really, I mean, I could talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it. I have some notes, but it's not bad. I just think it could have definitely been some more. Oh no worries. Like I said, I was still just kind of getting my general thoughts on it. Like I even used the Freewrite to write my thoughts on using the Freewrite. So no worries there. I would ask you again for it if I was ready to start really filling it out. I got all the specs and everything. It's available on the site. And then I also have not the controversy, but like kind of the rigmarole they was putting us through during the Indiegogo, that I thought they could have definitely done a little bit better. Absolutely should have done a little bit better. Had a little bit better communication. Y'all have done this plenty of times before. I swear, the way that this hat sparkles is wonderful. Let me go big. I gotta do it big again. Look how this thing sparkle. I freaking love it. I like this yarn. It's a velvet yarn, and then I have it with a strand of, I don't know, it's regular 4-weight yarn by it's the Mainstays or Walmart brand. Anytime I make these hats, I always mess with the ears. Like I always mess with the ears. But I do think it would be a good idea to make it to where the ruffle is further up on this thing. See? Like if the ruffle's further, doesn't come all the way down, like right now it's covering. But like if I did, and then also I did this one in one strand, so that it can be a little bit lighter and not as heavy. And yeah, so I've been playing around with writing a pattern for these things. Let it ear. Thank you. Thank you. Z said this was a Catwoman hat, which, I can see it. I can see it. Because it sparkles. So it sparkles. So Catwoman would have definitely stole this. Like, why not? Catwoman would have took it. But I'm starting to think that I need to remove, like, because if it's normally, if I wanted to be on, like, all the way and properly sitting here, I would do it. I would do it that low. But normally I had to pull it up a bit to make sure it's not in my eyes. So I reduced it already, but I'm thinking I need to reduce it some more. So these are all test runs, but Imani will take them. And since she has so much hair, they have to be bigger. So it doesn't matter. Since the size of my hair are not there, she definitely takes up for that in these hats. She has plenty of room to take up with these bad boys. So yeah, I'm sure she's gonna handle it and handle it well. Let's go. But I'm gonna go back to the break time. Do I have a link? Yeah, I have a link. It's in the description for the hats. You can get a hat, but not this exact one yet. I'm still working out the hat to make sure that it sits correctly on folks' heads and stuff. But I'm working on the pattern. And yeah. And these are great because when they cover their ears. And also, yes, Haiti. Do you cover your ears since it's cold? Sometimes in Georgia, having it cover your ears is pretty nice. So yeah. So I have some of the beanie versions of this one available. I am still just working out how far down I need to make the I'm thinking it's probably gonna have to stop right around here. Yeah, right around here. So that the ruffle will not be in your face. But the only problem is that since you start with one big old piece on this thing, I would have to make it like do a curve. So that it can go down in the back too. So you can cover your whole head. But yep. I do. Thank you for joining me. The whole family up in here. Oh, you sent it to me? Okay, awesome, Saucy. Thank you very much. I like it. I'm on Do Not Disturb. So let's get back to writing. We're going to do another sprint. Let's get my timer. Let's go to keys. I don't know why the keyboard is going, y'all. Don't at me. But yeah, let's get back to writing and I'll be back. All right. How'd you do? How'd you do? Yes, I agree. That song was fire. That song was fire. I love me some chill hot butt. Love it. That was a good sprint. That was a good sprint. I did my best to make it like get lower so it wouldn't be an abrupt stop. Yeah, I definitely was gonna make this a little bit lower. Make this a little bit higher. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get it. If I wanna, put this on sale. Unless you just like having the ears a little further back. I would like it to be like straight up and down. But yeah. I'm making these. Because you don't get as much, leeway because you're not. This is a writing and crochet screen, okay? String. Well, yeah, how did you do? I got a bunch of words deleted and more words updated and added, combined a couple of little things here and there. I'm trying. It was only like 280, but I'm sure it's more like a 50 words. I'm back at the computer trying to get things done. I'm calling it at 8:30 though. Hey, you got it. I'm done at 8. And right now I'm just gonna be talking. Talking about crochet. I like how the story came out, but like I said, I need it to be much shorter. It's a 5,000 word limit, but Milton said it was okay in some areas. Like I don't want to do too far over the limit. And I was starting with like almost 8,000. I was at 8,000 something initially, but I've been reducing it. And I think really and truly I'm probably going to have to redo my scene list to see if there's anything else that I can remove. So that's what I'll be doing by this. I'm hoping to have it all the way done by this weekend. Yeah. I was supposed to have it done by last weekend, but then I wound up writing more. And I thought, oh, that should be okay. I have a lot more to work with. No, now I got to figure out how to get rid of it. I got to tell a tighter story. It's got to be tightened. So, and I was in your stream, but I was editing my video that I'm releasing tomorrow about the elements of romance, because I spoke earlier about the fact that I'm kind of concerned about these dark romances that have such wild stuff in them. Like, what? Are we okay? Are they okay? So, I don't know. But, yeah, so that's what I was doing earlier. So, I wasn't very, like, in the stream, but I was, like, I had to, like, keep muting and coming back in because I was editing my video stuff. So, I still need to put some elements in it, like photos, some of the artwork that was made for it, and the framing and everything, because I filmed it differently so that I could have a little bit more control of how it looked. So yeah, so that's what's going on in there. I know I'm gonna work on, but I would like to get it out by tomorrow, by lunchtime tomorrow. We'll see. And I don't know why the keyboard came back. I didn't. All I did was turn it on and off several times, and it didn't work. So I was like, oh, it's probably not going to work. We're not going to worry about it. And then when I went back to the screen before I transitioned, it was there. And I was like, oh, now I got to take off the bigger timer. So at least that worked out. I didn't break all of it. But yeah, like I drank all of the rest of my Moscato. Well, like I have a little bit left. There you go. I drank all my Moscato for tonight because I had to get a new bottle. But next week it'll be back to my butter pecan. But I don't know. I don't have anything else. This is a very long pause. I don't have anything else going on. I know tonight, like I said, we'll keep on working on the editing. And then I will do some updates to the I'm not doing that tonight. Maybe tomorrow, because I should be done with the edits tonight for the video and get it like rendered and get it ready to be uploaded for tomorrow. But maybe tomorrow I'll be working on the whatchamacallit, the video that I was trying to do with the characters I would fight. Once I got to the Blood Trials one, I was very upset. So I do not like the main character of the Blood Trials. Like the bad guys, don't like them. They're horrible people. But to me, it's like the bad guys is a miracle in the book. Like it fits. It feels like that's just the regular way people do it. And it's a fantasy world. Like I guess it's fantasy world. It's not like the U.S. But you can tell it. Why is it not? But the main character just infuriated me in the book, and I found the clips of when I was infuriated while doing some artwork because I was listening to it at the time. So I got to that part. So no, and that was when it made me realize I probably should have like um, a more concise explanation as to why these characters maybe want to fight them. And I started working on that, and then also using, like, because I was reading the villainy parts of, I was reading villain stuff in How to Think When You Write books, and I was like, I am going to do a review on this book, and this would make an absolute great connection. So I'll be doing a bunch of, there's several little videos coming out. I got a whole bunch of ideas while working on I want to beat up your character situation. So that was a fun video to start on, but it also spawned more more videos, and it also made me think about my villain in Spell the Bayou, in which I think he's pretty good. I don't want him to just be like, obviously he needs to be intelligent, he has magical abilities, he is weak in some areas, strong in others, and they counter the weak and strong areas of the main characters of the story. And, you know, since it's a kind of paranormal romance, like their romance has something, helps out with their powers and abilities and stuff, that their combination needs to help in their fight against this villain. So there's that. So I'm like, I think I did a pretty good job based on the new stuff that I'm reading and the old stuff that I used for my notes in order to create this villain. But a lot of the characters in this video that I'm working on, I will fight. Like, what's his name? Shao. The dude from Full Metal Alchemist with the daughter and the dog. He wasn't even supposed to be he's not like a main villain. Oh my gosh, I wanted to destroy that man. What is it? Is it Shao Tucker? I wanted his whole line to be destroyed, because there's nothing left. Anyway, but yeah, so him. You got Griffith from Berserk. Yeah, Tucker. I wanted him gone. I wanted him. He deserved to be a chimera. Or that's the one. They should have figured out what he did and combined. Well, they knew what he did. They should have used that on him. He needed to be combined with a rat or something. That's what he needed to be combined with. But him, I want him. Oh, he's in there. I talked a bit about Griffith from Berserk, and he was a good one because his obsession with guts was ridiculous. I could see why he was spiraling. I mean, if you're into see, now that's a dark fantasy. That's a dark fantasy. And there are some, and it was I was talking about with the dark fantasy, in romances now, that one has some stuff in there that's not all that great either. But he never crosses lines with his love interests and stuff. So in the situation he gets into, you can see why it's happening. So it's no, that's why I should have talked about that in there. I was just talking about fighting Griffith in the and the other one. But yeah, so Berserk is a pretty good one. If you're into dark fantasy, there's a lot of gore. That's good. It's very it is very dark. You're not gonna, it don't care about your feelings. You don't care about what you feel is right. It is the thing that's in the animes and stuff is they always animate the one arc of it, and they hadn't gone past it. And I hear that in the next Berserk they actually are going past where they always redo this part of the story, and it's there's so much more of the story. And I don't know, the Band of the Hawk is just the beginning. I don't know why they keep restarting, but it's not good. It is very dark, and then it don't get better. It don't get better. And some things that are handled by the author, recipes, some things I would be like, yeah, you didn't really handle some areas, but I will say his treatment of women isn't as ridiculous as some of these authors for dark fantasies, like actually dark romances. There you go. That was the whole point. Well, I mean, what they animated in the original, like the original one, they animated it very well. It wasn't. I don't think it was. It was great for the time, and it still holds up. Like I can still watch it. I can still play it. That's it. You know, when I'm feeling in a real dark mood, though. So I won't say that it's the best for like just regular moods. I wouldn't have a watch party of it. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have a watch party. No. But, if a friend is over or something and they want to watch it, hey, cool. But I wouldn't like set up one. No, it's dark. Not even gonna lie. Can't say that it's a real. But I liked it. That was Berserk is actually one of the first ones I got into like as an anime. It was Vampire Hunter D. Him riding on that horse. That was great. And then I got into the long cartoons on sci-fi. That's what I called them. And then found out that there are books. There's mangas and stuff. And it was like, yeah, we're going to get into it. And Berserk was one of the first ones that I was actually starting to collect. I collected a bunch of them before I sold them, like on eBay, a long time ago. These days are picky and don't like old animation. They hate CGI. Okay, look. Now, when they redid when they did a CGI version of Berserk, it was poorly done. Like the cell shading look of it was not great. Not the newer one. Like you gotta look at the oldest if you're gonna watch it. Which I don't recommend it it ain't great for sanity purposes. But if you're gonna watch it, then the older one, the oldest one is the one that you want to get. That's I don't remember what. I would have to go dig out the DVDs, or I could just look it up. But yeah, get the oldest one. That one is the Band of the Hawk art. Well, shoot, all of them are the Band of the Hawk. Why am I tripping? Band of the Hawk is the one. Is the one that keep on animating, like I said. But yes, the oldest one is the one you want to go for, not the newer one, because it don't look good. Our work in the manga is pretty good, so I would probably just read it. Well, yeah, read it. Also, yes, the manga is better. I'm not gonna lie, because there's characters they decided to take out or replace with other people, and it didn't make sense in the anime. In which the anime is what I first got introduced to, and then I started reading the manga, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is actually great. I don't understand why they took them out, because there was no reason to take them out, to introduce them later, whatever. It didn't make But either way, yes, the manga, the art is wonderful. He did a great job. I mean, you got all types of beings, and I mean, you got mermaids, all these magical wizard peoples. You got the skeleton. You got all of these undead. It's just there's all kinds of stuff that gets touched on in the book. I mean, in the mangas. So, yes, that is a better experience when it comes down to story wise, obviously. But outside of that, yeah. But yes, I don't want to keep y'all on here. I'm leaving I've been doing good with leaving at 8 o'clock. I started on time today too. Look at that. I did great. Well, this has been Ash Ray Slots. We've been doing some streaming today, and I thank you. But yes, highly recommend going to take a look at Berserk. Expect a video to be coming out tomorrow about my thoughts on the elements of romance, and it has a little bit about dark romance, and I'm like, ooh, what's going on with us? And hopefully you'll be getting even another video this month, and it'll be about me fighting characters, and it'll include Noble. But I think I've figured out some of the reasoning, so I'm gonna put that in the video, and then post that, and then we could talk about it. You know, everybody can be against me, against Noble from We Are the Origin. So I do hope everyone has a great night. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.